Hey guys, Jason from CPP, and today I'm going to show you how to properly install CPP's traction bar setup. First step we're going to do is drop the front leaf spring so we can get the bracketry and hardware installed, and we'll go from there. Undo the last nut on the U-bolt, pull the tie plate off. Now that I have removed the stock bushings, time to install the new D bushings into the leaf spring. Be sure to use your offset spacer on the outside. Simply press in and tap. We're going to put our sleeve in. Simply tap and be sure to leave an equal amount of spacing on each side. Now it's time to install the traction bar brackets and the thrust washers. This will eliminate any squeaking. Alright guys, so it's been brought to my attention that some people are having a little bit of an issue getting their leaf spring into this pocket. So a little easy tech tip is, get a crescent wrench on there and just kind of tweak it out of the way a little bit. That way you got a little more of a pocket to get it up and in here. And then when you go put your bolt through there, suck everything back in and you should be good to go. So let's go ahead and try to install it. Now that the front is all installed, we'll come back to the rear to the shackle. So when tightening up the shackle and the front hanger, I like to get the car all loaded up, either on builder blocks or jack stands before I actually cinch everything down. That way it's in the right location. And the U-bolts, tie plate, rear traction bar brackets, and then the supplied 1/2-inch stainless nuts. If you notice these nuts, they're a little bit longer than your conventional nut. This will allow for more thread engagement. We're gonna just get these snugged up a bit. All right, when you snug these up, be sure that your centering pin is in your tie plate and your leaf spring pad. That's very important. We're gonna call out the big dog. And again, I'm gonna go back to something a wise man once told me, and I've said this before. If these things aren't singing, they're not tight. All right, all that's left is to get the shock installed in the tie plate, and then we'll go ahead and mount the traction bar. We're going to turn to the actual bar itself. So these have hinge joints on each end. One's left-handed threaded, the other one's right-handed threaded. This makes for easy adjustments later. Once you get the hinge joints in, be sure they're even on both ends. That way when you go to adjust them, they'll come in and out equally. Add this little sleeve in there. Get the back mounted. Now we're gonna move on to the front. This is where a lot of people get a little confused. Hopefully I can make this super simple for you. Spacers. And we're gonna take our top bracket, goes over the leaf spring, and we're going to line that up with our lower brackets. I like to just throw a bolt in there real quick, get everything nice and lined up. Then all that's left is the actual bar itself. Those slide right in between. Take your bolt. If you need to, you can adjust your bar length until it matches up like I have. Get that through there. Put your nut washer on there. All right guys, one big question we get a lot is how do you properly adjust your traction bars? It's pretty simple. I'm going to walk you through it. So I'm going to do this in the air. To do it properly, you want to put a tire on there, put it on some sort of builder blocks or even on the ground as long as you can get under the car, or even jack stands work. Here we have an air gap between the top bracket and the leaf spring. You're going to want this top plate level with the spring. We're going to want to take that out by adjusting the traction arm till it hits. Once it does, back it off just a hair. Then you can take your locking nuts, tighten them up, and you're good to go. All right guys, so all that's left for me to do now is get the tires on the car, get it down on builder blocks, fine tune the traction bars, and see how she launches.